Hello everyone, today we are going to continue our conversation about similarity, and today we are going to go back to check similar triangles again, but we're going to look at their corresponding sides in a little bit different way. So before we start, let's quickly check this example here. So as you can see, we have two triangles here. A little bit different way is these two triangles kind of overlapping partially, and we know these two triangles are similar. Then what are the corresponding sides, do you think? What are the things you notice? You can definitely pause the video. So when we know two triangles are similar, we know the angles actually all same, all congruent, and corresponding sides are proportional. However, before we just looking into the new question, but let's check this two triangle. As you can see, the top part is actually partially overlapping. So it's always a good idea to redraw these two triangles separately. So it's easier for you, all the corresponding sides and angles, all those kind of things. So that's why before we start, I want you to come back to see this two triangle here. As you can see, this two triangle is like overlapping in this way. So what happened, you can see here is top triangle, they both have angle A overlapped. So that's why I want you really see, you see? This actually what happened here. So the top triangle is actually overlapping. They both have angle A. That's what happened here. But if you can redraw this two triangle, you notice this is actually the real two triangle we're looking at, right? So that's why AD is matching to AE. AB is corresponding to AC. So this is what happened here. Okay, now I'm going to just come back here and we go back to see the focus, the question we are going to work on today. So what we are going to do today is we are going to look at this question here. We know these two triangles similar and also all dimensions are labeled here. AD is 4, DE is 8, DB is 5, and then we need to look for what is the value of x. Now, I suggest you pause the video, think about this question on your own. How do you find the value of x? So what we are going to do today is we are going to look at these two students, Tammy and Jason's solutions, and we are going to focus on which one solution is correct. Okay, so now let's check these two solutions here. I'm going to keep the picture on the top here so it's easy for you to see. As you can see, Tammy's solution is, since you mentioned these two triangles are similar, so I just set up the ratio 4 over 8, 5 over x. So it's like a smaller matching to the bigger one. And finally, Tammy used cross multiplication and get 10. Jason's solution did a little bit extra step here. As you can see, since we mentioned smaller triangle matching to the bigger triangle, so I know the B is actually like partial side of AE. So I'm going to, Jason is actually adds two sides for 8 to get the whole side of AE, and then still use cross multiplication, figure out 15. So we are going to, let's work on this question together, and later we can just go back to check what happened to this solution, okay? So I'm going to come back here because it's easy for us to see the two separate triangle. So what we happen here is we are going to label something here. So as we mentioned, this is 4. So this is 4. This is 8, and this is 5. The bottom part is x, right? So what we are going to do is we are going to use this relation. We are going to work on these two triangles separately to see what's going on. So this time I'm going to move this triangle separately. And then as you can see, it's not really the 4 here. So let's move 4 here. Let's just delete this one. And this 5 is matching to this, right? And this x is not really matching to this. let's just erase this one. So let's redraw this to make it clear. Okay, so as I mentioned, so as we mentioned, this is 5. Let's redraw this part, and this is 8, and this is x. So what we are going to do is we are going to erase this 5 here. And let's see what is going on. So as you can see here, we have smaller triangle for 5. We also have this for 8. As you can see, it's actually 2 parts, so we know the whole thing is 12, right? So now I'm going to erase this part so it's not really confuse you. Erase this, erase this. So it's not confused. Now let's go back to, so we mentioned before, corresponding sides are proportional. So let's write down the matching sides. 4 over 12. AD is matching to AE. So let's stop watching this 8 to confuse you. So, and also DB is matching to this 5 over x. So this is something I want to remind you. When we see the overlapping triangle, you need to be very, very careful. So you need to separate these 2 triangles to really look at what are the corresponding sides you are looking at, and then figure out the dimension of each. So now let's go back to see this one. As you can see, just now we listed 4 over 12, 5 over x. If you compare that, Jason's solution is actually correct. So let's write down this one. So Jason's solution is right. So that's why we should, when we see the overlapping triangle, separate the 2 triangles and say this is how do we get solution. So that's what I want to share with you today is when we work on different kind of type position of the triangle, please make sure you actually separate the 2 triangles and really look at what are the corresponding sides. What Tammy did here, the mistake is she thought this one is matching to this one, but as you can see, the bottom DE doesn't belong to any triangle. It's like a partially cut off here. So that's why it's not really representing the whole triangle here. So that's why you need to be very, very careful. So always, the good idea is always just like what I show here, separate the 2 triangles. It's always easy for you to see the overlapping and also corresponding sides. Okay, so that's something I want to share with you today. Thank you so much for watching this video and study this topic with me. Take care, everyone. I hope this video is helpful for you to understand this kind of special positions here. Take care, everyone, and see you soon.